Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator, and we are a non-delegated correspondent lender that does things quite a bit differently. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining us today on the call, where we can go through some of the different things that make us different and the branch opportunity that we have for those of you looking to join us and start a branch. So I also have my associates, Kyle Hershey, my partner as well, who will talk a little bit more about how exactly the branches work and the leads and stuff like that, and show you a little bit of the back end. And then Jose Gonzalez, our 27-year veteran, talk a little bit more about kind of the expertise we're looking for. But first, let me go ahead and share my screen. And most of you guys have probably, hopefully, been to one of our recruiting, type meetings where we talk about the LO benefits. So there's a lot of great benefits here on this page. I'll try to breeze through it really quickly, and then we'll get into the branch stuff. So as I mentioned before, this page has a replay video of the all the great LO benefits. So if you have LOs interested or you're interested in all that stuff, please watch this video. And I'll breeze through these bullet points. So again, we are a non-delegated lender, and we've done this for the past 3+ years in all kinds of different avenues. So we started as an FDIC bank, went to a broker model with over 300 loan officers, non-delegated model as over 300 loan officers, and delegated model with over 300 loan officers. And we find that non-delegated works the best. That's because we're able to have flexibility. So we have over 60 lenders where we can do, broker deals with a wholesale lender. And we have over 25 correspondent investors where we are the lender and we can do the loan in our name. And we get all the great benefits that come with correspondent. So we can talk a little bit more about that in depth if you guys have questions. But let's go through about what makes us different beyond that. As I mentioned, we are all about leads. We're very different. Myself and Kyle come from a 15+ year background in marketing and lead generation. So for us, we're all about giving you guys leads, a little bit different than a lot of these companies. And because of that, we always need a home. So that's why we always have to have a channel or an outlet for all of these different leads we're getting you guys. So we're all about leads. We fill all of our loan officers up with leads at a 50-50 split from all kinds of different ways. If you guys watch the loan officer video in depth, you can check out all that different stuff, and Kyle will show you how that works. We're not going to do that today. Also, in that loan officer video, you can see exactly how our CRM works and our software works, which is awesome. It's a great CRM that we've built for us, by us, exactly for what we need to do. Also comes with the branch. Obviously, it builds in some branch stuff, which Kyle will show you guys a couple different tools that you guys will get as a branch that are a little bit beyond what you've seen before. And of course, as we always mention, it comes with a custom website. So everything comes from the front end to the back end. Everything is one system. So POS, LOS, everything is integrated with the CRM. And over 30 different APIs that we have, which make everything go smooth for you as a branch manager, where everything's automatic from payroll to call reports, all that kind of great stuff is all basically done for us. We are also very passionate about training. So we love to train the loan officers with live trainings every single day. We have some sort of team training. We also love to do one-on-one trainings. Also, you guys as branch managers will hopefully be able to do this as well. So that's one of the things we're really big on. If you guys aren't really interested in meeting one-on-one with your loan officers when they get stuck on something, probably not the best plan for you, right? So even as the president of the company, I'm still able to meet one-on-one with people just when they're stuck, because we need to make sure those loans get through. And if they're stuck on something, we need to get them unstuck. So we need to be able to do that. We also have our live support. So again, if they need a quick help, they can jump into the Zoom room. But if it's something very specific and loan-based, we need that expert, you, the branch manager, to get one-on-one with them and help them get unstuck on that specific loan scenario. Our live Zoom support can help them click buttons and find out different ways to order things and whatnot. We also have our online training center with, a curriculum-based schooling kind of center, basically, where you can earn your certificates and go through step-by-step on all the different stuff. So you guys as branch managers will go through that, but also all the loan officers will. So they'll come in, they're trained, ready to go. If they need quick help, they got the live support. But all of us need to be willing to do one-on-one team leader calls to make sure we get the things done that we need to get done, and in more of an instant fashion when we're all connected remotely via Zoom. Along with the other resources, we have a knowledge center. So that's a great resource for you guys as branch managers. Lots of great sources there, and tons of videos from our partners. So that's where we'll find a lot of the lender-based stuff or the investor-based stuff. And again, in the MLO video, we show more of this, but Kyle is able to route all the leads. So again, as a branch, you guys will be routing leads to your branch specifically. So there'll be some special routing set up for you guys. But basically, whatever you guys need, we'll be able to set that up, and your guys' individual loan officers will also be able to order their own leads and do all that kind of cool stuff that you've seen on the other video. Now, we talk about this all the time, but just if you guys are new to this, another opportunity that we have here is we are all about the non-QM, and specifically the DSCR. So our lawyers have issued some memos for us specifically because we do a lot of business purpose that you guys can take advantage of as branch managers and go outside your footprint, right? So Kyle will tell you a little bit about some of the costs. Obviously, as a branch, you're going to need to, pay your NMLS fees to register in states. But the great thing about the DSCR that we love here is that we don't actually have to fit our footprint. So you guys can read our lawyer memo. We spent tens of thousands of dollars for our lawyers to issue those memos on behalf of the company. And you guys can take advantage and basically plan your states around that. So that means a little bit different to you guys than it does to the loan officers, right? So a little bit different spin there. And the no monthly fees obviously is for the loan officers. You guys have a little bit different fee structure, which Kyle will talk about here in a minute, because you guys are supporting the entire branch. But it's important that we always, to all of our loan officers, no matter what we do, if you guys are joining us as a branch, when we market to the public, right, there's no fees ever for the loan officer. So that's one of the key bullet points we always harp on. And that's what we'll continue to do. So as the branch, you guys get a little bit of a back end view and to see some of the costs we have to support as a branch, but it's important that we're not going to pass those fees on to the loan officer because that's how our model works. Now, these comp plans, obviously, you guys watch the loan officer video, you can watch this in full. I'm going to go ahead and skip down here since we're talking about branches today to the branch section. So let's just talk really quickly about this and then I'll pass it over to Kyle. We'll talk a little bit more about the nitty gritty, right? So this is the public kind of stuff that we have out there, just kind of the basics of what we want to model our branches after. Now that you guys are here on the meeting, seeing it live, we can talk a little bit more about the specifics. So the kind of basics here, you guys are going to get 25 basis point branch override on everything that's under your branch. So that's great. We're going to set you up with your own website, software. You're going to have your own, domain, all that kind of great stuff already be set up for you. You're going to have instant access to all the CRM stuff, and you're going to have all your analytics and statistics that Kyle will show you. And really the benefit is, which Kyle will show you how it kind of looks, is we'll be able to add loan officers for you. So once you're a branch and set up, you'll obviously make 25 basis points on, your team. Hopefully you guys all have a team here that you're bringing with you. But the important thing that we provide is we are looking for people to run teams. So we're looking to fill your team for you. So Kyle will show you a little bit what that looks like in like our member tree, where we're going to be actually adding people to your branch every single day. Because we need to build those branches and those layers into the system. And everybody that comes to this page and watches the MLO version of what you guys just saw are going to be put in with one of our team leaders or branches, which is one of you guys here on the call. So that's basically how that works in a nutshell, just a quick bullet point rundown. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Kyle, who has a couple slides to talk about more of the nitty gritty of the specifics. So you ready there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. So just a quick graphic here. I'm just going to go over a little bit more in depth what Nick was talking about. So as Nick said here, 25 basis points comp, right? So everything from your branch that's generated, you're getting that 25 basis points override on. Now, where the real bulk of the money can come in here for your branch is on the leads that we give the loan officer. So as Nick went over, we give all loan officers leads. Now, when we give them a company lead, the commission is split 50-50. So if they are on the 200 basis points plan, right, and they do a loan with one of our leads, their payout is 100 basis points. So as far as your branch goes, you need to spend money on ads, which we'll talk about here shortly, which are going to generate leads that you're giving to your branch. So when you give loan officers at your branch leads that you have paid for as the branch, you're making that 50-50 split, right? So you're making that 100 basis points from that deal, that extra 100 basis points, right? Because it's a lead that you procured with your own campaigns, right? So whatever comp plan they're on, there's a 50-50 split on that lead, and that's what you're going to get extra on that deal. So the real goal here is to get as many leads out as you can to your branch, because while 25 basis points override is amazing for a branch where you plug into a system like ours, a majority of your money can be made from the lead split. So 50-50 split on leads here. And as Nick said, the recruits are provided, right? So we provide you with the loan officers. So all of the loan officers we recruit go to different branches, right? So we will staff your branch with loan officers so that they can take your leads and make you money for your branch, right? So great opportunity here to get an override on all production to help your entire branch produce and help produce leads for your branch to keep your loan officers active and get that 50-50 split on the leads. And then also have the recruits that we've not only recruited, but we've trained, right? So we have, as Nick mentioned, all of the training that goes on. We still do those trainings. We train the loan officers at your branch. They plug into the system. They immediately get their email and phone number and training logins, and they do their trainings with us, and we have our training meetings. Everybody plugs in to the same system here, right? So for you, it's as simple as creating the branch, managing the loan officers at the branch that we will provide you, and making sure that you keep a budget on the leads. Now, of course, the majority of your money is going to be based on how many leads are you purchasing. $1,000 a month is going to be the minimum amount of leads to purchase to keep your loan officers going. And again, the more you spend on those leads, the more that you're going to make, right? Now, in addition to being provided loan officers, you can also make extra money when you have recruited your own loan officer to your own branch. So you can actually participate in the recruiting tree here that we have. So all loan officers are able to participate by recruiting other loan officers and making a $200 flat fee when that loan officer closes a loan, right? This now goes 3 levels deep here, right? So we have the program here where every loan officer can recruit other loan officers and get paid a $200 closing fee for 3 levels deep of people they recruit. And so you can participate in the same thing at your branch. So we will provide you loan officers, but when you recruit your own loan officers, you now have them in your downline, and you can now make the revenue because you recruited them. So 2 different things there on recruiting. One where we provide you the loan officer, the other where you get the extra money because you went out and recruited that loan officer to your branch. So now let's talk about the requirements here of the branch, and then I'll have Jose say a few words here. So as a branch, what do we require you to do here? First and foremost, pay the branch NMLS fees, right? You need to pay the NMLS fees to set up your branch. Most of them are pretty cheap. Some of them, could get a little more expensive, but for the most part, they're pretty cheap. We do require $1K a month in ad spend minimum. Now you should be spending a lot more than that. And as you grow in loan officers, you're going to need to spend more. But right away, when you're up and running, as soon as we get loan officers down at your branch, you need to be spending at least $1,000 a month on ads, because that's where you're going to get the leads, which is where you're going to make a lot of money from, right? We also require you to pay $100 a month per LO for all their services, right? That includes the NMLS fees it takes to sponsor their license, their email address, their phone number, the usage fees, right? Because every minute they're calling and texting through our system, we get charged usage fees to deliver those text messages and phone calls, etc. Right? And so I'll have Jose talk a little bit about what we're looking for as far as people who can help with the support, but this is the actual monetary requirements that we're going to require here. So making sure you take care of your branch fees, making sure that you're spending a minimum of $1,000 a month on ads for your branch, and then covering the $100 a month per loan officer for the services. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Jose to talk a little bit about the type of branch manager we're looking for in their involvement here.
Awesome.
So go ahead, Jose.
How's everybody doing today? Great. Yeah, definitely. I would be the one that would be training you in how we give the support to our MLOs, how we give our file structure support, how we give our file disclosure support, and everything else that we do in between. It's real important because in essence, the branch manager will be the one responsible for mentoring his MLOs, and will be also the individual responsible for approving the disclosures and actually hitting the disclosure quote unquote button so that the package can be sent to the borrower for signing and so that the loan can be on its way. We only let senior loan officers disclose their own files after the senior has completed the senior MLO course and has been approved to do so. So that is an integral part of what the branch manager is doing here. The more you mentor, the more success that your team will have. It is a pretty detailed process, but it is one that is easily done as long as you follow the schedule. So it is, again, I find myself disclosing files a lot of times until 8 or 9 o'clock at night, which is a great thing because that means we have files to disclose, loans going into the pipeline, and they're usually hitting me up for meetings after we do our morning branch accountability meeting, which is every morning from 10 to 11 in the morning. So they're usually hitting me up for meetings from 11 o'clock until 7 o'clock at night, and the file disclosure meetings can go all the way up to 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening. But again, we do have the CRM, so everything is pretty much very automated in how we do it once you get the hang of things.
All right, thank you, Jose. So what I want to do here is just go over the plans here real quick one more time. Remember, we have this video here to watch the breakdown of how our system works for loan officers. That's where we go over how our CRM works, how the leads work, and how loan officers can really instantly plug into a system for free and get up and running, get trained, and get leads, which is the beauty of getting a branch here with us, is that they're going to still plug into that same system, right? So as far as your job here, that goes with providing them the structure and the leads that they need, and we still provide them with leads as well, but you're going to provide them with leads so you can ensure that you get your lead split, and then you're going to be helping them disclose files, and as Jose said, provide the extra layer of support and training, because they're still going to get all of our training, all of our support, and really be able to plug into the system there. So to scroll down here again, just to go over, make sure you watch that video. We also have the live webinar on Tuesdays that you can register for by going to the mortgagecalculator.com/join here. And, keep in mind here, you'd be getting 25 basis points on all the production here. And when you have a senior loan officer that's making 200 basis points, when they close a deal that's one of your leads, you'd be making that extra 100 basis points, right? Because it's your lead. Same thing here. When a loan officer closes a deal and it's one of yours, you're getting an extra 75 basis points because it's a 50-50 lead split with the loan officer. So by making sure you pump leads to your loan officers, you're going to ensure that you as a branch are making great money and great margins there. So with that being said, let us know if you have any questions here. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. My email is right here, kyle@themortgagecalculator.com. So please get in touch with me with any questions that you have about the branches. And we look forward to working with you. Nick, Jose, you guys want to say anything before we close out here?
I'll just reach out if you guys have any questions. Obviously, every branch is different. Everybody's, comfort level and ability is going to be different. So, don't be afraid to reach out if, you're interested in growing a team and stuff like that. It could be a multi-person team, if you need to, right? So myself and Jose, we're more of the sales team and Kyle's more of the recruiting team, right? So it's also doesn't have to be just one person necessarily. It would be my only kind of thing. I hope you guys have a team behind you and come with it. But also if you guys are just interested in fitting into our model with growing a branch based on leads and based on technology, that's really where we come in, right? So if you fit in with that, and then obviously Jose is going to say you got to fit in with his philosophy of being able to structure. So I'll let him end with that.
Yeah, this is a ground floor opportunity to get into great company. We are definitely hiring where others are firing. As long as you're committed, there should be nothing holding you back from dramatically increasing your production.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Shoot me an email, Kyle@themortgagecalculator.com with any questions. Hope to work with everyone soon.
Thanks,
Take
everybody.
care.